Hi everyone, my name is Ellery Schlingman and I am one of the elite tutors at MCATselfprep.com. I'm here today to tell you a little bit about how I scored my 100th percentile 526 on the MCAT. Just to start off, giving a little bit of background about me. At the time that I had taken my MCAT, I was about a year out of college. I graduated from UCLA in 2022 and I started studying for my MCAT in June of 2023. In that year, I had moved to New York from LA and was working in the Bronx as a high school biology teacher. I knew that I wanted to take some gap years, just, the way the MCAT timeline works. You generally want to take it in the year before you need to apply. So my study block for my MCAT was from June 28th, 2023 to August 26th. That was it. 8 weeks. I had to get it done. I started off in October of 22 taking the MCAT self-prep recommended diagnostic, which is just the official guide questions for AAMC, and I scored a 498. I was a really successful student in college, and so that is not what I was aiming for. I was hoping to get at least a 515 or higher if I could. I needed to make up a lot of ground, and I didn't have a lot of time. I know there's so many amazing resources out there from UWorld and Anki, practice tests and practice questions and flashcards. I really limited myself to using MCAT self-prep. Their study timeline that I had set up for myself with the create your own study plan, course and spreadsheet, and I just did that. I did make the decision that instead of having a basic pro plan, I did purchase our advanced pro plan, which gave me access to all of our end of lesson quizzes and our Quizlet flashcard bank, which ended up being huge. I knew I was not going to have time to make a lot of flashcards myself, though I ended up doing that anyways. I really wanted that peace of mind knowing that I would have something to review that was vetted, that was solid, that was really well made. Now as a tutor, working with students who have the deluxe pro plan as well as basic and advanced, there are definitely some amazing aspects of the deluxe pro plan that I kind of wish I had had access to. For example, our 10 most commonly missed questions course is huge, as well as some of the CAR strategy modules. I would have loved to have had access to those as a studier. During that study timeline of about 8 weeks, I started by setting a really solid study plan using, like I said, the Create Your Own Study Plan course and spreadsheet. I wanted to keep it really ambitious, but flexible. I am somebody who really cares about the time that I spend with my family and the time that I spend for myself reading or exercising or doing other things that I love, because I knew that I was going to get burnt out and annoyed and frustrated if I didn't keep that balance. I was studying 6 to 8 hours a day. I would get up, I'd usually work out, get ready for the day, whatever, and get to studying. I would try to get through about 3 to 4 lessons a day, sometimes 5, depending on how ambitious I was being. That would look like watching the Khan Academy and other recommended videos in the video playlist. That would be studying the flashcards and taking that end of lesson quiz. Because I was on a time crunch, I did have to morph the recommendations that MCAT self-prep gave me to my own needs. I actually ended up pushing my flashcard review for each lesson to the end of the module. So I only did the final review for each lesson at the very end. When I did do that final review, I was sure to be reviewing every single flashcard until I got every single one correct. That's kind of what a study day looked like for me. After going through my lessons, I might break for dinner or some kind of event. And then if I had anything else on my calendar to do for that day, I would hop back in, try to finish that up and get to bed at a reasonable hour. I cannot stress the importance of sleep while you're studying for the MCAT. It's super, super important that you're rested. Let's dive in to kind of how I got this score that I got. Over those weeks of studying, I was taking our mini exams that are laid out for us in each module. I was seeing general increase. By the time that I got to my MCAT bootcamp time, my mini exam 10 was at a 504. Not nearly where I wanted it to be. And so I knew that I had to maximize my time during MCAT bootcamp to achieve what I wanted to achieve. What I can say is that I really, really relied on the formula that MCAT Self-Prep has for us and is available to us. So I followed my bootcamp timeline. I was taking the mini exams, the full lengths, I ended up taking 6 full-length practice MCATs in my MCAT bootcamp month. My first full-length, which was AAMC, I got a 515, which I was super thrilled about. That was right in my goal range. I would have been super happy with that score. However, I was hoping for a little bit more. My next full length that I took was actually a free diagnostic from a third-party source, not from AAMC, and I ended up scoring a 513 on that one. You know, I was still right in that range. I was in the game. Next full-length practice exam that I took was the AAMC scored test. So that's the one that is available to everybody for free. I got a 525 on that one. So I was ecstatic. I was like, oh my gosh, I might actually do it. I might break 520. On my practice exam 2, again from AAMC, got a 521. Then I got a 522 and 522 on both of the last 2 AAMC practice exams, so 3 and 4. I was like right in there above, like exceeding my expectations. That being said, I was still studying a lot. My biggest area of growth and need was definitely psych-soc, behavioral science is what we call it at MCAT self-prep. Yeah, my first full length, I got a 124 on psych-soc, which was even lower than I had done on my diagnostic. And how did I bring that up to eventually a 132? I don't know. Other than a crap ton of flashcards. It was a lot. And at least half of those were psych-soc. Really doubled down on psych-soc studying, really doubled down on reviewing all of my notes and flashcards from Chem Phys and Biochem. And I'm very lucky in the sense that through my education and through college, I have developed really strong reading skills. And so I was not as worried about CARs as I practiced throughout my 8 weeks of studying. That score continued to go up and up. And so I was feeling okay. I was like, CARs is going to be what it's going to be. I really want to focus on getting my science content down. So test day came, took it, no idea what I had gotten. I felt okay, but not great. I didn't feel like I had bombed. My score came back, like we all know, a month later. And I had scored a 132 in Chem, Phys, and in behavioral science, which were 2 of my weaker subjects, ironically. And I scored a 131 in both CARs and in Biochem. So that totaled to a 526. Obviously, I was really thrilled and had MCAT self-prep a lot to thank for both my preparation and my achievement on this exam. I do want to just say, like, if you are someone who feels like they're on a tight schedule with their MCAT, or you're not really sure where to start and your date is like less than that ideal 3 months away, feel free to reach out. My tutoring page is linked in the video description. I'd be happy to chat with you about what you can do. So with all of that being said, I really could not have done this without MCAT self-prep. I really, truly believe in our method and in the structure of our program. I would not be a tutor for our organization if I didn't really believe in the product that we're putting out into the world. And so if you are interested in really maximizing your MCAT score, check out mcatselfprep.com. If you're interested in tutoring with myself or any of our other amazing elite, premium elite, or head tutors, go check out our website. We all have all of our bios there, and you can have a 10-minute free phone consultation with any of us and kind of decide if tutoring is the right thing for you or if you just want to utilize our free resources. But with that, I'll thank you and I'll see you next time. Bye.